Hello, Last Day on Earth community. It's Chris Covey again here with another informative video. This time I will be reviewing a tactical butcher knife upgrade for the Cleaver. The way we're going to break this down is first we're going to go over the stats that it upgrades, then we're going to go over the materials and then analyze if it's worth it. Last but not least, I'll show you the actual, when you put on the upgrade, the little bars, the green or red, whether it goes down. Obviously, this one doesn't have any negatives, so there's not going to be any red ones that go down. Not even weight or anything like that gets reduced. And then the last, how it actually looks when you have it equipped. The damage itself that is increased is really nice because it goes from 17 to 20 damage. That's obviously plus 3 solid stats of damage, and the increase itself is 17.6%. It's a really key upgrade because it makes so that you can two-shot 40 HP zombies and then four-shot 80 HP zombies. So when even if you're going out to the yellow and green zones, those have a bunch of 40 HP zombies, so you don't have to no longer waste 3 hits on those. You now only have to spend 2, which in itself it's actually like increasing the durability a whole lot more, just because in each zombie that you're killing, you're saving 1 extra hit. Whether it's the 40 or the HP. Even if before this weapon I thought would be considered really weak for killing toxic abomination. It's the one reason that I really didn't like taking it to red zones before the upgrade, but now with the upgraded, making it so that it kills those in 15 shots, it's a whole lot nicer, especially with the speed upgrade that it has as well. The durability upgrade, it's only +1, and it's not really that great because it's actually just 1 extra stat increase. So I went 2 separate times I did this where I went with a cleaver and counted hit by hit. I didn't count the damage because obviously the damage is too much of a difference, from 17 to 20. And like I already mentioned, you're spending extra hits than killing a zombie. I counted each individual hit that I took on zombies, and without the upgrade, it's 100. With the upgrade, it's 101. So you really only get 1 extra hit, but like I mentioned before, just with that extra damage, you're actually saving a whole lot more hits. But the durability itself is not increased by much, just 1 hit, which is 1%. After you go through 100 cleavers, then it's like you saved 1 cleaver. That's not including critical damage and critical chance. That's obviously completely random with the chance factor. But you're saving yourself 1 cleaver, which is not that big of a deal since crafting it is fairly cheap as well. Critical damage, it went from 20 to 22. So that in itself is a 10% increase, which really isn't that big of an upgrade because it doesn't make you kill anything really quicker all that much. I mean, now I guess you can even take it to the bunker, but you would have to get like 5 consecutive hits to kill the toxic zombies that are raised from the 80 HP to the 100 HP there, and that's rarely ever going to happen. So it really doesn't help you any quicker. Maybe when you combo with other items, as I will kind of hint or suggest at the end what would be a really good combo with this weapon, because it only takes 2 upgrades. Um, that stat is going to be increased a whole lot more, but just for this sole purpose, like I said, it's only a 2 damage increase, and it doesn't help with much at all. Critical chance, it's a chance. It's really hard for anybody to calculate the percentage that's increased. I would literally have to go out there and use 100 cleavers that are not upgraded, see how many critical chance I got with it, because it still has a critical chance stat. Supposedly it's supposed to critical chance every once in a while. And then I would have to do the same thing once it was upgraded with, again, 100 cleavers to see what the difference was. I think we can all agree that the resource of time that we have, or that I have in making these, is a whole lot better spent just making other videos rather than going out there with both 100 non-upgraded cleavers and then 100 upgraded cleavers just to determine the one stat. Like I said, even when you do end up getting the critical hit and increases the damage from 20 to 22, it's not that big of a difference. Moving on to the last stat, speed, it takes it from a 1.4 to a 1.6, which is a 12.2% increase. But it's really nice just because, like I mentioned before, taking this to a red zone to kill toxic abominations was not really worth it with this weapon just because it needed too many extra hits to do that. Now it needs 15 hits, and you're doing that a whole lot quicker. Even when you're killing toxic spitters now in 4 hits rather than 5 hits, you're doing those four attacks obviously a whole lot quicker, but it allows you to move out of the way sooner too, just because your attack animation is increased a little bit, and it allows you time to get out of the way, to move, and not be hit with that as much either. Um, yeah. Uh, the next subject is the materials needed. 30 iron plates are needed to upgrade this. Um, which is not that bad, honestly. Some people, who are veterans to the game, probably had a whole bunch of stats increased, or a whole bunch of iron plates stayed up. Sorry, somehow my Nox, which is the emulator I used to run Last Day on Earth, got shut down, so I have to restart it really quick. Um, yeah, not expensive at all. 18 glues, it's kind of getting up there, but overall, for what the weapon gives you, I don't think it's expensive at all. Um, those 18 glues, they're a fairly common item too, and then anywhere you really go, bunker, yellow, green, red zones, not that hard to get. Aluminum plates, we should probably have a whole bunch of these stacked up, just because there really wasn't that big of a use for it before. I mean, the biggest use that it would have is for level 4 walls, and the to get those is really really tough. So we could save a whole bunch of these. We get a whole bunch of aluminum when you go to the bunker as well. I honestly think the hardest material to get for this is the next one, the hammer. To get 8 hammers, unless you're a veteran player and you were stacking up on hammers, and before hammers were pretty much completely useless, so there was no real reason to like start stockpiling on them. We probably don't have a bunch of those saved up, but still, even if you did, or even if you don't, I would make this one of the upgrades that you do first as soon as you get it, just because it's that much worth it, that damage increase to save yourself hits. 3 cleavers, again, it's not very expensive to craft this, so to spend the materials to craft 3 cleavers. The cleaver itself doesn't have to be at full durability, so even if you find that out in the wild somewhere in the bunker, sometimes you get these cleavers. You can put in that cleaver, with one last hit needed before it breaks, and you can put that cleaver in here. That's very helpful too when you're doing other melee weapon upgrades that are a lot more expensive, like the machete and saw blade mace. Yeah, you want to put those instead of those, but the cleaver itself, 3, is not even terrible. It's not like 5, 7, or 8 like some of those higher um, more expensive melee weapons. And 40 bolts, again, even if you're a new player, 40 bolts is not that hard to get. They're found all over the place. They're fairly common too, like very common actually, and you can get those fairly quickly for all the stats that increases. Like I said, we're going to go review how um, the damage boost is here. Or sorry, not the damage boost, but when you upgrade this, the little bars that it changes, increases the damage. We already went over the critical damage by a little bit before. It had non-critical damage. Critical chance, if we kind of eyeball this little bar right here, it seems like it's between a 5 and 10% increase. As it said it with critical chance, the bar at least is half the way there. Doesn't mean it's going to hit a critical chance like half the time. The speed boost, we already went over that and how crucial that is. The durability, it seems like it goes quite a bit, compared to the rest of it, but it's really only one extra hit, so it's actually not that much of a difference in itself as the bar is reflecting there. Just to verify the stats, 20 damage for the upgraded one, 1.6 an upgraded attack speed from before, going from the 17 to the damage, and then the 1.4 attack speed. We'll see how different it looks. I'll even try to go to like a neutral background with the level 3 walls and the more clear level 2 floors. That's the cleaver once it's upgraded. This is the cleaver when it's not. And even swing at it, so it shows you, that gives you a better view. That's when it's upgraded. It looks a little bit darker. That's the biggest difference. That's about does it for this one. Remember to hit like, share, Subscribe, guys. I plan on doing this for every upgrade that I complete, analyzing if it's worth it. Like I said, this is, in my opinion, one of the better ones to get, just because it makes the cleaver a lot better item for the red zones, and you don't have to constantly keep taking machetes or more expensive weapons, or you don't have to take weak weapons and take more damage, or spend more armor or anything like that. This, I think, pound per pound, is one of the best upgrades that you can get, especially when you later on then combo it with the other weapon upgrade that I'm getting. I don't have this one, but um, Star Snipe showed it, and it doesn't have as many good stats as this one. So I would definitely go with this upgrade to combo it. This weapon itself, as we already saw time and time again, it only takes really 2 weapon upgrades. Yeah, the carbon composites are kind of expensive, but it's not crucial. If you start getting carbon composites and you want to upgrade something else that requires that material, then go ahead and do that. Don't necessarily waste it on this, because I mean, I can't fully analyze, but I'm thinking this damage increase is just probably going to be like 1 or 2 extra damage, which again, from the critical chance, even if it goes up to 22, is not going to make you hit any more thresholds to kill any zombies any quicker. Durability, as we always saw, 1 durability only increases by 1 hit, maybe 2 durability increases by 2 hits. Again, not that great of a difference. Critical damage, yeah, this is +3, so it'll be interesting to see how much it actually upgrades it at that point. Critical chance, that's going to be a whole lot nicer actually too, to get that more consistently. And attack speed, maybe it'll bump it up to a 1.8 then attack speed, which is really, really fast, and make you, I think the biggest benefit that you're going to get from that one is be able to kill toxic abominations even quicker, and being able to dodge the spit of toxic spitters. Thank you guys for watching. That covers it for this. Hope you guys enjoy the video. See you next time. Bye bye.